Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kira.
And we are the Keepers of the Books, your online librarians. And we're here today with our Beauty and the Beast book haul with reviews. These are all review copies from Disney. They sent us 9 books to review for you. And Kira's really excited because this was her favorite movie growing up. And now with Emma Watson as Belle, it can't get better. Here are some books for you to whet your appetite before the movie comes out in March.
Beauty and the Beast, adapted by Elizabeth Rudnick. This is the movie novelization. So if you can't wait for the movie, like me, this is the perfect adaptation to the movie because it follows the story pretty closely, but it adds details to bring it to life, really adds depth to the original story so that you really understand what Beast is thinking, what Belle is thinking, even what Gaston is thinking. The characters are very reminiscent of the original characters. The plot is very well done and complex, and I highly recommend it. This would be for grades 4 to 9 or ages 8 to 15.
Okay, so this is Beauty and the Beast, the Enchantment, and this is a picture book from Disney Press. This one is by Eric Geron. I want to show you the pictures. You can see that they are actually pictures from the movie. The text, it's a summary of the movie. Look at these amazing pictures. It's just done very beautifully and very well.
Beauty and the Beast. This is the animated Beauty and the Beast read-along. This reminded me of the one I read as a kid when Beauty and the Beast originally came out. And believe it or not, this is not a reprint. It's really cool because it has sound effects as well as the character voices. Paige O'Hara, Richard White as Gaston, Rex Everhart as Maurice, Lumiere as Jerry Orbach, and Robbie Benson as Beast. And the narrator is Cindy Robinson. So you have very distinct, unique narrator as well as character voices. These pictures are from the original movie, and it does a really good job of summarizing the movie in a format kids will understand without leaving out the important details. This is probably my favorite picture, the one where Belle is being their guest at dinner. This would be for ages 3 and up, or preschool on up.
And of course, it's Disney Press. Belle's Library, a collection of literary quotes and inspirational musings, with a foreword by Linda Wolverton. This book is very unique. So we all know how much Belle loves the library. She loves reading. She loves books. This is one of the main premises of the movie. So why not a book about
the books she would have read during the time frame the movie is filmed?
This is a bookworm's book. Look at the pictures. So you have these beautiful, almost watercolory pictures. Well, they are watercolor and ink. The first thing you have is Belle's book list, which is a list of the books that she reads and comments on in this book. And then you have her literary journal, which is the majority of the book. These are all books that would have been around for Belle to read. You have a quote. This one is from Romeo and Juliet. Then you have Belle's brief and short commentary with the cute little picture to go with it. I love this one. This one's a quote from Don Quixote. "My taste is for freedom and I have no relish for constraint." And the little thing that she's done to go with is, "I don't believe anyone can really be happy if they are not free." And there's a bird in a cage. So it's quite appropriate. But there's a whole bunch that I really loved. And next you have an appendix. This is more details about the books that she has quoted. Oh, it also includes why they were chosen and the editions that they were translated from or modernized from the original. And so then you have a brief page about each book used inside this book, and it tells you some brief information about that book, what quotes and where those were used inside this book. Of course, you have the edition, the author, the title, all of that information.
This would be great for a lesson because you can do a complete essay on a quote and whether or not they disagree with the person.
Some other features you need to note are the cute little ribbon to mark your page. And again, they did that fabric cover that they did like with the Moana book that I absolutely love. Just really unique, very beautiful little journal-ish type book.
Beauty and the Beast, something more. This is the perfect easy reader for those who are at level 2, which means simple storylines, compound sentences, and contractions. I like how it covers the beginning of the movie, so it doesn't even get into Beast. It's just Belle and her life leading up to before she went to the castle. Photos are from the movie, and you'll notice the texts are really short. Belle was smart. She loved to read. So as you can tell already, short sentences, they'll keep the kids' attention while they're trying to enjoy the story without feeling flustered.
So that's kindergartens through grades 2, and it comes out in January as well. I think one thing you're gonna know is because the words are so simple and the story's there, the pictures are used to tell a lot of the story as well. And it does assume a background of the Beauty and the Beast story, which is just fine. This book was amazing. And I love Jennifer Donnelly. She's done some wonderful books. This is Beauty and the Beast, The Lost book, an enchanting original story. Jennifer Donnelly is a New York Times bestselling author, and if you haven't read some of her other books, you really should if you're reading young adult books, especially in that middle range. I read this entire book sitting in the bathtub one night. I could not get myself to stop reading. Let's explain. This book opens up with a chess game and a bet between love and death. Love and death are betting on whether Beauty will fall in love with Beast and Beast will fall in love with her, and the enchantment will be broken. We also find out that the old lady, well, I won't tell you if she's love or death, but the old beggar lady is one of them. The three fates are mentioned in the opening. You start with that, and then you have the story that you know, and all the elements of the story. Even one of the main pieces of the story is obviously when Beast gives her the library and they clean it up. And that's where another story gets laid in between in the scenes you don't see in the movie. We do need to mention that Death loves to cheat. Love knows this. But she's bet a huge amount of gold coins, like 3 million, I believe it was, that Love will win. But remember, Death cheats. She's determined to win. It's a lot of gold coins at stake. And she decides to place an enchanted mystery book inside of Belle's library. This book's job is to trap Belle inside. You have all your Beauty and the Beast pieces, you have the magical book, and you have another story going on inside of the magical book when Belle is there. Who's gonna win? Well, we know who's gonna win, obviously, but it doesn't feel like we know who's gonna win because the story is that well written. Even though we know the plot, we know the ending, we know they fall in love.
Or do they?
You're goofy. So you have a fantastic book. It's well written. It keeps you reading. I highly recommend this, and it was absolutely fantastic and loved it. And I think you need to read this. If you only pick one book to read, I know it's going to be hard, but if you are reading for middle grades or young adult, this is my favorite one. But I have not read Kira's next book.
As Old as Time by Liz Braswell. I'll tell you now, this book threw me for a major loop. I started this book at 8 p.m. one night and finished it at 2 a.m. In other words, I couldn't put it down. I definitely can't do complete justice to this plot summary without totally reading the book. You have Belle's mother, who is a Les Charmante. She's an enchantress, and she doesn't get along with the prince's mother and father, and they're kind of in a major disagreement. And eventually, some things come to a head, and she curses Beast. Top it off, she's Belle's mother. Now, as you're going throughout the book, it's told through alternating timelines, the timeline leading up to where the enchantress curses Beast, and it kind of goes into a lot of depth on what really happened and why she cursed the Beast. I didn't even go touch on it, trust me. And then you have Belle, where she meets Beast and how their relationship develops, and how it gets even more complicated as the past comes to light. I won't tell you how, but Diarc, the insane asylum owner, who remember from the original movie, Diarc, he put Maurice in the insane asylum on the word of Gaston. There's a lot more to that story, and how it plays in is very twisted. The word a twisted tale has a very accurate description with this book. It's so complex and so well developed. The characters and keeping all the different plot lines straight. And it does have some violence, so I would recommend this for grades 8 and up, or a more mature, better reader of a 7th grader, so ages 13 and up. So the best part about this book is the characters, you fall in love with them. Even the bad guy, Gaston. It's like, whoa, I didn't think I could care about Gaston. And just the way Liz Braswell brings everything to the climax at the end, it will just blow your mind. So if you haven't read anything by her, you'll definitely want to go and read some more of hers as well.
Retold by Cynthia Rylant and illustrated by Meg Park.
Cynthia Rylant has written some really awesome picture books over the years, but I think she's outdone herself this time. So this one is from Disney Hyperion. Very unique illustrations, nothing like you've seen before. And it follows more the traditional Beauty and the Beast tale, where you may not have realized it, but she had 2 annoying sisters. Yes, annoying, trust me. In the original tale, her dad is a merchant. He has a ship come in, and he's supposed to bring something back for all the girls. But the ship doesn't make it to port, and the only thing he's able to bring back is a rose. Unfortunately, because her dad brings this rose back, it has a proviso. She has to go live with the Beast who gave the dad the rose, or the dad has to forfeit his life. So being the nice girl she is, she decides to go be with the Beast. We all know, but you'll have to see more. It definitely has a few unique twists that you won't have seen even if you had seen the movie or even read other Beauty and the Beast tales. So one thing nice about this book is the text and the pictures very much complement each other. So you can't just read the text or just look at the pictures. They really intertwine and create a beautiful story that everyone, I think, will find enchanting, whether you're a preschooler, a 3-year-old, or an adult.
And this absolutely beautiful book is Tale as Old as Time, The Art and Making of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Inside Stories from the animated classic to the new live-action film by Charles Solomon, introduction by Bill Condon. This is by Disney Editions. This is definitely a book that is aimed at coffee tables and adults, but I do put these books even in my junior high library because the kids love to check these out. The cover is this matte with this gold glitter and of course the amazing rose with all the dimension on it. It was originally printed in 2010, but it has been updated and this is the second edition in 2017. So you have everything from the sketches for the cartoon with your contents page, and this has an introduction, the origins of the original story, some of the history that was going on in Disney at the time, the initial version of the film and things that they changed, and the directors of the new interpretation and naming them and picking all of that, and filming of the musical and creating the characters. Of course, it's continued. That's not where it ends. There's more. I love the pictures because the pictures are my favorite part. They're rich, they're beautiful, they're deep, and they have this nice matte, thick, heavy paper, which I think adds to the quality of the book. You can see they've woven in pictures from this and the original storyline. So you're going to have your more complete view from behind the scenes as well, and the animation, the people who work at Disney and put this all together, the sketches, and how they create the movie. It takes years for them to create these movies, so it's just amazing. Of course, you have some pictures from the cartoon. You have some information about the musical and when it was coming to stage, and it's woven together to tell the complete story of the growth of Beauty and the Beast as almost its own franchise. It's a classic tale that's been retold many times, and Disney's responsible for multiple tellings. And if you have somebody who loves Beauty and the Beast and has for years, is into art or likes coffee table books, this is just an absolutely beautiful present. And I hope you've enjoyed our review and our book haul mixed together. Wow, 9 amazing books for every reader and every level, because Beauty and the Beast is a timeless tale for everyone of all ages. That was a really fun one, and I just loved reading these books and being able to bring them to you.
You all know which fairy tale is my favorite. What's your favorite?
I have to pick a favorite fairy tale?
Yes.
Okay, if we're picking a favorite Disney fairy tale and movie, I wore out 2 copies of the original Cinderella VHS tape as a child. But I did love Sleeping Beauty as well, but the one I wore out of Sleeping Beauty was just a short cartoon version. It wasn't a full-length movie.
In the comments below, we'd love to hear what your favorite fairy tale is.
Please hit like and share it with your friends if you like this, or if you know someone who loves Beauty and the Beast, share this video and maybe buy them a book as a present if there's something coming up to buy them a present for. All right, until next time, happy reading. Bye.
Bye.